Hey everyone, Depressed Eeyore here. Dark Souls 3, you might notice I am not the same person and not in the same area. Um, I've attempted 3 times to record this part, and every time has led to corruption to my audio file, among other things. Or not the audio file, but the entire Fraps file itself. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just going to say what I did because I've tried showing it off, and every time I've done it, it has led to the same issue over and over again. So I'll go ahead and just state what Vermilia's done. Vermilia had found the third flame, put it out, gate opened. The only additional items I showed off were the locations for the golden scroll, along with the antiquated set, which is a dress. So here's the golden scroll. In Lost Land of Ulusil, the sorceries orchestrated light and were said to shine in golden hues. And then there's the antiquated set, which is just all dress, which I may wear later, but we'll see. Also, I showed the location for the greatsword, which is up on some bridges. You can't really miss it. It's in an area with a bunch of little dogs around that are like in deep muck, but there's a bridge that leads to some purple moss clumps, and then the other one leads to the greatsword. Going through the gate is like right over here somewhere. Yeah, it's down that way. So coming up from here, you'll find a path that leads up here to some of those crow guys. And then some crow guys are praying there, so just kill them, maybe move on. There's not really anything too special to point out there. Up here, there'll be 2 dark wraiths that go and start slaughtering Gru. And there's a bunch of Gru along the way, so you can go and let them fight it out and then come back later to clean up the mess. You know what, I never went over here before. And there's a reason, because there's nothing. But yeah, you should definitely go down this way. This leads to the bonfire, which is your shortcut. So this is your bonfire before the boss. Down this way, there's some Gru that you can kill, which I've already killed. Sorry for the ghetto setup here, but this is my only option. I tried using my other recording software, but it can't keep audio desyncs with it. Anyway, so yeah, this gate here, this leads back to the Crucifixion Woods, where you can see that Black Knight that we fought before. Around here would have been the giant crystal lizard, which I've already killed. There were some Gru here I killed. One thing to note, these Grus start out sitting down. When they stand up, they break lock-on, so be aware of that. You can drop down here, you can find a miracle that allows you to gain aggro, which is not useful unless you're in a group. And the other item that was here was a hollow gem, which could be used to apply the hollow infusion, which I'll just talk about later when we actually can do it. So you can get the gem pretty early, but you can't really do the infusion until much later, which I don't really understand in this game. Anyway, sorry for not showing off the kills and stuff, but I really just want to try to get this video done as quickly as possible and hope it doesn't crash. As for items, there's Gru everywhere. There's some along the edges, there's tons on the main road. The dark wraiths will path up the main road until they get killed or kill everything, in which case they start pathing back. And yeah, there's some enemies around here. There's a couple of items, nothing too special. Just mostly black. What was it? It was like black bug pellets or something like that, or blue bug pellets would just give you resistances to certain elements. But here's the boss. This is the Abyss Watchers. Something to note about the heal spell is you can hold it down and wait for people to get near you before you release it, which is kind of useful. But yeah, this character is Sakya. I mentioned before that I was going to play another character to see how crazy powerful straight swords are. I've already explained 3 times already how great they are, and every time it's crashed, so I'm just not going to bother, and I'll just fight and let you guys decide. But the weapon I am using is a raw Astora straight sword. The Astora straight sword we got pretty early in this game. You can get in the Wall of Lothric, or whatever it's called. 10 strength, 10 dex, and 12 faith requirement to equip. Had like D&D scaling, but according to the wiki, it actually scales super well with raw, and And by scale, I mean it's like raw damage is just super high. As you can see, it's 245 at +5. At +5, this thing does about the same amount of damage as my +5 spear does, and Rumelia has 40 dex. So without any stat requirement, any points into dex or strength, I have a straight sword that does as much damage as my spear. It's one-handed, attacks faster, uses less stamina, and seems to stagger a lot better. So there you go. That's how it is so far, and it's probably going to get even better as I move along in the game. But since I'm using a raw weapon, I kind of use this as a opportunity to try out Faith and see how it is. So far, I haven't really messed with any of the attack spells. I only just recently got Lightning Spear, so I can't really say much else about it. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this and see how it goes. Like I said, I'm sorry I can't shoot with Rumelia. Rumelia's already beaten this boss. I beat it on the first try. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, hopefully I could talk about the boss before it crashes, because I beat the boss and I was about to finish my discussion about it, and then bam, lost the footage. That is the Legion etiquette pose. Alright, so this is the Abyss Watchers. Starts out with one character. He's essentially just like a NPC fighter, yeah, but he has a ton of stamina and a lot of high hit combos, to say the least. But he's super easy to parry if you happen to be one of those characters. Also, that little dagger that he's using you can cause him to recoil if you block it with a shield. But as time goes, more Abyss Watchers start sprouting up, but you have to target the one that's the actual boss. There's also a few Abyss Watchers that'll spawn that are red-eyed, and those ones will attack both you and the boss. So it's like a big free-for-all, which is kind of neat. The boss looks cool, but it doesn't really fit, I feel, with Dark Souls, because this is essentially a Bloodborne boss. Especially when I talk a little bit more of what supposedly this boss really is, because it's not these people. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, killing the minions doesn't do anything. And he's dead. Now phase 2. So now he has a bunch of fire attacks and even more crazy combos. You can backstab him. Does leave a bunch of flames behind and all that fun stuff. But yeah, you can see my crazy high hitting combos myself. Really the trick is to dodge to the side. It definitely makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Alright. And there you go. Soul of the blood of the wolf. So yeah, you're actually fighting the wolf's blood rather than the actual boss himself. A little bit of a sloppy fight, but it'll be okay. I'll go ahead and move forward. So moving forward just makes that slide out and will reveal some stairs leading to the next area. Like so. Now I'm just going to quickly go back to Firelink Shrine and hope I don't crash. So the boss himself is not too bad. He does have some ridiculously high combos, but he flinches pretty reliably when you hit him. Because he's pretty much just like an NPC, so he's not overly bad. It's kind of a neat little gimmick, and he has a phase 2, which isn't too shabby. Apparently I just revealed that guy, but I'll talk to him in a second. So yeah, that was our first Lord Ascender defeated. Go ahead and take a quick look at this soul. I'm actually going to go ahead and close this real quick, so be right back. Okay, so that'll ensure that I at least have a separate recording file, and hopefully nothing else will get corrupted. Anyway, so we just got the Cinders of the Lord, left by the Abyss Watchers. If the Lords will not return to their thrones themselves, let them return as cinders. The Watchers of the Abyss swore upon their shared wolf's blood, which also served as their mandate as Lords. And if we take a quick look at... Alright. The blood was spread amongst the Abyss Watchers, and their souls are one with the soul of the Wolf Blood Master. And so that's their thing. As for what you can trade that in for, you can trade it in for essentially 2 different weapons. There's like it's like the Wolf Blood Greatsword or something like that, which has those really wacky spinneroonie combos, which are kind of neat. And then there's some other weapon I don't even really want to recall right now. Sorry if I'm kind of just rushing and glazing over things, but this is literally like my 3rd or 4th time trying to record this, so I'm just gonna talk to this guy.
I know you. Been some time. I just dropped in to see how she's getting on. Now, what are you playing at with this circus? This cesspool of doddering old folk and degenerates? Couldn't be better. She must fit in perfectly here.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk, but that is pretty much it. But yeah, at least I got to show you a little bit of the straight sword combats. Thanks Sakia for not killing the boss too quickly. Yeah, straight sword's pretty good. It's so reliable, I guess is the word to go with. I mean, I like the spear. I like the poking with the spear and the swiping with the partisan that we're using. But its speed does not compare to what I can just do with this. The speed and stamina requirements, where I can just spam this day after day. I can also, you know, do this and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's so good. I mean, really. The only way you guys can probably tell the difference is, I mean, if some of you guys are who've played this game probably have used straight swords before and be like, okay, yeah, they're pretty good. Try using something like, I don't know, a Reaper. Try using a Reaper for a bit, like trying to go through the game with a Reaper, and then switch back to straight sword and just notice the difference. That's probably my only advice. I mean, it's still kind of, I mean, straight swords were good in Dark Souls 1 and 2, but they weren't, I mean, there were benefits of using the other weapons. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. When we come back, I will be as Ramelia again, and we'll continue on from there. Like, literally the spot I'm at is in that room with the Abyss Watchers. But they're already killed, of course. Yeah. With this character, I'm probably going to go Sequence Break, because that sounds like fun. Anyway, I am The Depressed Dior, Dark Souls 3. See you guys later.